everyone, to Roll of the Dice podcast episode number, what is this, 8? Episode number 8.
Number 8.
Hello, I'm Luke.
And I'm Ben.
Hello, Ben. Welcome to Roll of the Dice Quarantine Edition.
Yes.
Jazz hands.
Definitely.
Yes, welcome to the UK lockdown, everyone. Hope you all not lost your minds yet, like I kind of have.
Yeah, it's really getting that way, isn't it?
Yup. I had like a minor, ooh, hello? Did someone just try and Skype you?
Yeah, people are trying to message me on Facebook Messenger, trying to be like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yes, I'm okay." Right? Like, I'm trying to podcast.
Yeah, jeez. Respect the professionalism, Karen.
God damn it, Karen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like when you don't want messages, you get 3,000 of them.
Oh, of course, naturally. I have actually got my phone on mute for this podcast. That's how professional I am, right? I muted my phone because I'm a G. I'm joking. This is what I mean when I say that I've minorly lost my mind. I keep thinking that I'm a lot cooler than I actually am. I'm not.
What do you mean? You are cool. Don't let anyone get you down.
Tell that to the gremlins in my brain. I apologize if you hear any background noise today. My window is open because it is quite hot in my room, and my there is a lot of people who live in my neighborhood who are like out in the back gardens and whatever, trying not to, go crazy in isolation. So I apologize if there's background ambience.
Yeah, it's really frustrating that the weather has now decided to play ball.
Oh, it's the nicest day it's the nicest weather we've had the entire year, the last couple days.
Yeah, it's been real good.
It's so upsetting. I've been just outside my bedroom. I've got like a balcony, and I've just been sitting out there like in the sun reading. It's been lovely, and the fresh breeze. It's on the top floor, so I get like nice cool breeze. It's actually quite nice. The only problem is that it's a metal balcony, so it does start to burn a little bit. I need to like figure out a way of like putting maybe like a towel down or something, so I don't like.
What? Like it gets hot, or?
Yeah, like it gets hot.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'd have thought it can't be comfortable as well.
No, exactly. That's
sure.
what I'm saying. It's like gets a little bit like scorchy.
Hmm.
So Benj, talk to me, bud. How are you?
I'm not gonna lie. Being a gamer, this time off has been a little bit welcome.
See, okay. Here's my thing, right? I'm with you with that. Like, it's there's a lot of free time. I'm finally playing video games that I've been meaning to play for ages. I'm watching shows that I've been meaning to watch for ages. Speaking of shows, a little bit later we're going to talk about the launch of Disney Plus. And yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. But going back to the original point, yeah, there's a lot of time to do activities. However, ADHD brain right now is very much in the you're not allowed to leave the house. That option has been taken from you. Go crazy. Like, I'm a gamer and I spend a lot of time on my own and I play a lot of video games, and like, that's awesome. So the whole thing of like being quarantined hasn't really changed that, but having the option to do something else, to leave my house at my leisure, being taken away from me is what's driving me crazy.
Yeah, the option is like a reassuring fact that you're not isolated, but
we are.
Now that you are, you feel it a lot more.
Yeah. I'd just like to quickly, like, on a quick serious note, like, last time we recorded was before a lot of the stuff had like gotten bad in a lot of the places, so we were sort of making a lot of jokes and downplaying it a lot, and we weren't. I don't think it was, but in case anyone thought it to be disrespectful, it wasn't intended to be. It's just we didn't know how severe. No one knew how severe it was going to get over since like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a
a lot happened
happened.
very quickly, especially here in the UK. So listen to what is being told to do, follow the guidelines, stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, all the stuff that you've been told a million times to do it, because, you know, they're the experts, they know what they're talking about. And make sure that you...
Yeah, for God's sake, stop panic buying.
Yeah, that, please, for the love of Christ, stop panic buying. Like, we'll be okay. You know, the world's not going to end, despite the fact that it feels like the apocalypse. It's not actually going to be. And...
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, why... If you're having to buy, like, 140 toilet rolls to last you 2 weeks, you've got another problem that's not COVID-19?
Yeah, you might want to check your digestive system. He sounds like you got issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, just and make sure that you're reaching out to your friends and family via just phoning, texting, whatever. Like, make sure you're looking after each other, and yeah, look after yourselves and stay safe. And that is the serious side of the current isolation, which is, I think it's necessary to be serious about it now. Like, we make a lot of jokes on this show because, you know, it's a coping mechanism for us, right? We make a lot of jokes, we use a lot of sarcasm because, let's be honest, a lot of things are pretty shit right now. And I think a lot of people will agree that that is the case. But, you know...
It's the way that our generation, like, deals with things.
Yeah, exactly. Like, typical millennials, we use humor to cope with the fact that life is trying to fuck us real hard.
It's not like that we don't understand the seriousness.
No, we get it.
Going
like, we're not being disrespectful. We're not being, like, flippant or, you know, blasé about how serious the situation is. We get it. We know. We understand. It's just, we're not letting it completely cripple us emotionally and mentally. And, you know, a big part of that is, you know, we make a lot of jokes. We make a lot of memes. I don't know if anyone has been on, you know, Twitter, Facebook, any social media. The amount of memes that have come out over the last few days, just constant stream. And
there's been so many.
And some of them have been absolutely S-tier memes. And, like, those help people. So don't stop with that. Keep them coming.
Yeah. My favourite one of recent is the one that I sent you earlier.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was too good. Oh, I love there's a Reddit page for Lord of the Rings memes that I frequently read. Some of them are fucking brilliant.
Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf. What about 1.6 meters apart with a friend? That would be responsible.
You know what? Actually, you know what? This whole, like, lockdown, world isolation thing, that is, like, a lot of the things that I've been seeing, like, people coming together, have been, like, reprising, you know, past roles. Like, a lot of people have been, like, remember, here's some nostalgia to help people get through, you know, some of the harder times. Like, one of the best ones I saw recently was across... I don't know if you use TikTok as a platform, but most of the cast of High School Musical, like, filmed themselves doing the We're All in This Together dance, and then were, like, duetting each other and, like, putting it all, like, in a side-by-side. And I think it's, like, everyone but Zac Efron did it. And it's like, we still know this dance from 2004. It's like, this is 16 years ago. We're all, like, adults now. I mean, they were kind of young adults then. They were, like, in their early 20s or, like, late teens. But, like, they're all in their 30s or whatever now. And it's like, by the way, we can still do that thing that you guys loved, like, from years ago. We can still do it. And it's like, it's one of those cool things. It's like, here's a moment of nostalgia to distract everyone from how either bored they are, or, like, how much they don't want to be isolated, or, you know, whatever is going on. Because this kind of thing is, you know, it sucks for us, we're bored, but it sucks for other people so much worse. Like, I don't want to, like,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got the doorbell
Yeah.
going. I have to let no one
Do your
back
thing.
in.
Hello, audience. It's just me now. This is now a solo podcast. I'm going to talk to you about space. Did you know that in space is real cold? Like, it's just real cold. That's a space fact for the day. Should I do a new segment called Space Facts? Hello? Sorry, what? What? I wasn't talking about nothing.
What?
Shut up. You heard nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to hear it when I come back and record and edit this.
Fuck! I forgot that you edit this. Damn it! Dang it, I was doing Space Facts, okay?
Oh, I look forward to hearing it. Like, go on.
Well, I mean, the space... Yeah, you'll hear it when you do your editing. It's like a really, really impressive space fact that I know that I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to wait for it.
Oh, don't make me
It's going to be
wait.
like a little Easter egg for you to find later. Yeah, like, just... We could talk about this exclusive this entire episode. This could be like the COVID-19 episode. I don't want to make it that, but just stay safe, everyone. We love you. And don't be stupid. Just basically.
Yeah.
And that's from your two internet doofuses.
Yeah.
Finger
Being,
go.
stu- being
Finger
stupid,
guns.
like, puts others in, like, a more
Yeah.
difficult spot than they already are in.
Exactly. Try to be a bit more... I don't know. What's that word?
Responsible.
Thank you, yes. Just be a bit more responsible, and we'll all get through this, and we'll be fine. Anyway, that's COVID-19 out of the way. We had to talk about it because it is important. Now, moving on to other things that Luke was going to talk about and has forgotten. Haha. Oh, right. So, the other day, the launch of Disney Plus in the UK. And I immediately have a gripe about this, right? So,
What?
I have a problem. There is only 2 episodes of Mandalorian on Disney Plus in the UK so far.
Yeah, they're releasing it, like, 2 episodes at a time.
The entire season is complete and on to Disney Plus US. Give us the whole season. I am a binge watcher. I don't watch episode to episode. That's not how we do things in my household. In episode to episode, we stand binge watching. That has previously been established in this podcast that Luke is binge watcher. I was like so excited when I first got it, right? I was like, yes, Disney Plus. And then I was like, Mandalorian, awesome. There are only 2 episodes. That's a problem.
Yeah, and well, if you've already watched, if you already want to watch that Mandalorian, I'd guess there's already illegal recordings of it online
Maybe.
that people have already watched.
To be honest, like, I don't know. I just wanted to be able to watch it all at once because I've seen so many, like, not spoilers, but, like, screen caps and, like, the Baby Yoda thing and, you know, all that. I wanted to know what it would be like. However,
Yeah.
Disney Plus has a vast library of things. And, like, old films that I used to watch when I used to love as a kid. Did you ever watch The Mighty Ducks?
No, I know of them through
I watched all 3 Mighty Ducks films, right? And I love those films so much. I watched all 3 of them, like, in a night a couple days ago. And it was so good. I also watched The Incredibles and The Incredibles 2.
yeah, they're still pretty good.
Yeah. Incredibles is awesome. Love the first one. Second one's not as good, but it's still really good, which just kind of speaks to how good the first one is for me.
Yeah. Although there was like what was it, like a 12-14 year gap or something between the two?
Something like that, yeah.
It was a huge
Something.
gap. But yeah, I really enjoyed the second one. I don't think it was yeah, I agree, as good, but that's typical with a sequel film. It's never as good as the original.
Apart from Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 is my favourite.
Which one's that one? That's the one where
The app. they're selling Woody to Japan, and the airport scene is just
yes.
one of the coolest animations ever.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
It is super super cool. My favorite scene though is the is Woody's like cleaning scene, because the guy that
Of
comes
course,
in, because the guy that comes
Yeah.
in he's in a different short called Jerry's Game that Pixar made. I think it was at the end of Bug's Life, but it was cool to see. That was like one of my first like self-referential like acknowledgements. Like I knew that guy from something that Pixar had done before.
That's cool.
But yeah, and the whole like mechanical cleaning of Woody was just like super satisfying for me.
Of course, you being the amateur mechanic that you are.
Definitely. I wish I could have like that kind of skill and like that toolkit.
Yeah, like really intricate, like delicate, small repairs. Like, I think that's why you enjoy building PCs so much, because it's a lot of intricate, like weaving together of parts to create a thing, right?
Yeah, it's quite. It's when I first made a PC, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was.
Okay.
But yeah, there is delicate weaving within, like, you've got to cable manage a lot.
Yeah.
And make sure everything's plugged in and everything's like not touching like things that are going to get hot, and yeah, make sure everything's like tidy and squared away.
And make sure that all the right parts are speaking to the other parts that it needs. Make sure everything's working in the way that it's meant to work, right?
Yeah, definitely. But it's not nowhere near as hard as I thought it would be.
That's fair.
Like, you don't need a PhD to do it. It's like just an elaborate Lego set, pretty much. Insert card A into slot B and make sure everything's plugged in. If it's not plugged in, find a place and plug it in. If it doesn't work, unplug it.
Take it all apart and redo it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's not that hard. And that led me on to build a couple more PCs.
Yeah, you built...
Because at the time I was playing games with a few other uni mates, and they saw my computer and went, hang on, you can do that for us. Alright, okay, buy me lunch.
Yeah.
And so 2 pub lunches later, they got 2 more PCs.
Nice. Yeah, I sort of wish that I had, at university, been better about getting my... Because when I was at university, it was probably the only time where I've had the money to actually afford to buy the parts for a PC. I wish I'd done it then, because I want to do it now, right? It's something I've been aspiring to for the last, couple... Well, I'd say year at least, maybe 18 months. Is like, I really want a decent computer, and it's something I've been aspiring to. But like, it's one of those things where like I can't prioritize it over paying for other things. And once I've paid paid those things off, then I can start prioritizing. I can put money aside like every month for it. But like. Yeah. Not having not being able to do PC gaming in the current, situation is awful. It's so bad. Like, I want nothing more than to like play League for 10 hours a day, because it's
with the current world meta.
Exactly. Like, if I had the choice, I would literally just be grinding League every day. And that would, because that's the kind of game I can focus on. It's the kind of game I could... We've been playing... So the last couple of days we've been playing Apex, right? And I've been really getting into it. And, it didn't grab me when I first played it, but then second run at it, I'm enjoying it a lot more.
Yeah, and especially as you're playing with me and Chris, like, having the team communications aspect is a really, really big, like, driving force within it.
Yeah, and that's the big thing about League, is that they're like, I get so into it, and I can play. I have friends who will play with me, and my brother plays, all the stuff, and I can't do it at the minute because I don't have a machine that will like play it because my laptop is shite. So like,
Well, we can, if you, if we pick out a list of things for you to get, you can get like the cheaper bits first.
true enough. But like, I mean, I still can't prioritize those, even the cheaper stuff yet. Soon, like very soon, I will be able to. So once that is a thing, then yeah, for sure. But until that point, I just can't, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. The way I could afford it was that I worked under the wrong tax code, so I was paying a lot more tax than I should have done.
Right.
And a couple months later, I then phoned up and corrected it, and then I got like a grand back. I was like, okay,
Nice.
that is going into a PC.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's fair. It's April soon, right?
Next month, in a couple of days actually.
Oof. I wonder how HMRC are coping right now.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of there's a huge universal credit queue thing going on. Like
Yeah,
those are
that's what I was.
who are out of work and they're applying for universal credit. There's like 500,000 in a queue for applications. I think I could be wrong.
Holy fuck, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
Phui,
because
mama.
everything is shut. People can't work. Like looking up and down a high street is like looking at like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it's
thing.
ghost town.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
literally like, I went out for following the governmental guidelines. I went out for a run last night, and yeah, like, there's just no fucker around. It's like I've never seen it so
quiet.
empty before. It's so quiet. It's eerie.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Oh, I've heard
Like-
that police are starting like roadblocks, controlling the road, like asking people,
Yeah.
is your journey necessary?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I also heard that someone in, I think it was Scotland or Wales, it was an old woman. No, yeah, it was an old woman. She was like 70 plus years old. Got fined for going out and playing Pokemon Go.
Oh my god.
Like, that's super unfortunate, but at the same time, like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're higher risk than the rest of us. Don't put yourself at risk like that. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, anyway, yeah. So circling back to what I was originally talking about, Disney Plus. It's a really good service, actually. I'm pretty impressed with the library. Bit pissed off about The Mandalorian not all being on there all at once, but that's a personal preference thing. That's like, I prefer to binge watch stuff anyway.
Although I suppose
and
it
yeah.
gives us time. It separates the episodes out, so you've got things to look forward to, say, in a couple days' time, rather than like burning it all at once.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think it's just a case of like how you consume media. Like, yeah. But yeah, Disney Plus is out. I hope everyone is making good use of it. I saw some pretty spectacular conspiracy theories that the entire world lockdown was to promote the launch of Disney Plus. However, it would be only the European launch, because it's been out in the US and like Canada and Australia for a while now. So like, that whole conspiracy theory was a bit
It's very flawed.
it has very many flaws. But reading things like, our overlords have given us a reason to go inside and buy their products lest we die.
Yeah, there's so many weird conspiracy theories. Like there's ones that it's run by the toilet paper companies. There's ones that it's run by. There's a thing called Zoom, which I think is like a video chat thing. Which I think
Oh,
fairly sure, like,
I heard
teachers-
about that.
I'm fairly sure teachers and like entertainers are using to like promote themselves on. I think.
Yeah, I think teachers are using it to teach classes and stuff.
Yeah, like that or Microsoft Teams or whatever people use. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. Wow, I just said that. I apologize to anyone who doesn't understand that reference. Right. New thing that I want to talk about real quick.
Okay.
So we have been playing Apex last couple days. I also downloaded Call of Duty Warzone, gave that a go, and obviously Fortnite still exists. And there is now a pretty extensive library of battle royales that exist that a lot of people are still playing.
There is.
And
There's a lot.
There's a lot of games that people are playing. Like, there's a lot of stuff. However, yesterday, I went and checked on the front page of Twitch just to see, like, what everyone's streaming right now. And guess what game had 500,000 more viewers than next game?
I'm gonna guess either Doom or Animal Crossing, as those are the two big titles that have released.
No, Animal Crossing was second with a tremendous number. I think it was like 400,000 people were watching Animal Crossing streams. But no, currently sitting, yesterday at about 8 p.m, 900 plus thousand people were watching League streams.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, even with like new releases, even in like the age of BR, League is just sitting there on its throne, like, come at me, peasants.
Well, wasn't the championship supposed to be on, but that got delayed?
I mean, the championships are now online. Like, remember when you said they should do online championships, and I was like, nah, they'll never do that because online is different to like LAN. Nope, I was wrong. Everything is online. I was entirely wrong. It's been I have been watching things on like that I never thought I'd ever see. Like, I have to tell you about this, right? I have been watching wrestling recently in entirely empty arenas.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like, lots of sport things have gone online.
Just wild watching wrestling with no crowd. It's mind-bending.
Is it like watching the rehearsal of it?
Yeah, it is. It's like watching behind the scenes, like, performance center stuff, but it's not. I love wrestling. That is not something that I have been
quiet about.
I've not. No, I am never quiet about it. I fucking love wrestling. I watch all kinds of wrestling, but watching it in an empty stadium is one of the most wild things I have ever seen in my life. And
just imagine how dumb they're gonna look when they come out and try and cheer up the crowd.
Like, well, no. One of my favorite things that I've seen, there was a video of this guy, like, coming out to his entrance, and his usual entrance, he's, like, fist-bumping the crowd. He was just fist-bumping thin air, and then walked up to the camera, and then fist-bumped the camera, like, towards the lens. And it was like, yeah, I get that no one's here, but I'm not going to stop myself from being me. And it was, like, dumb and stupid, and I loved it a lot.
He's going to hype up his virtual audience.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's been so bizarre.
When they come in the ring and they stand on the corner ropes and look out into the distant, non-existent crowd.
Yeah, staring into the distance, be like, yeah, up, everyone who is not there, or something.
They should have put like a big old green screen up and try and like try and put in like WWE 2002 like crowd audience in.
Oh, that'd be funny. That would be really funny.
Yeah, but yeah, lots of sports have turned to like streaming online or video games to their fans. Like,
yeah, I read something about, was it the Formula? No, not Formula One. It was another. NASCAR.
Yeah,
NASCAR were doing,
and Formula One
are doing online races, and then submitting those results.
Which is absolute madness.
Yeah, like,
But it'd be really interesting to see how they handle a digital machine.
I wonder if Lewis Hamilton is as good at the video game than he is at actually driving a car. What
if he's better than himself.
Yeah, he because he's quite young, or it's like a secret video gamer. He's like smashing world records on the video game, and then it's like, oh wait, I'm better at this than I am at actually driving.
Imagine if they played Mario Kart. That would be entertaining.
I want to see professional Mario Kart. That sounds hilarious.
That sounds super funny. There's got to be some kind of professional Mario Kart scene.
I don't know about Mario Kart. There's definitely like professional like Smash Brothers and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Like yeah. But
yeah, I've seen it before when I used to work in a gaming bar. Like we'd have people come in with like there's like these special tournament pads.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're like the old like arcade cabinet box things with like a joystick and like 6 buttons.
Yeah.
They've got like those that you can plug in or connect to the console, and that's the controller.
Okay.
Which looks utterly like wild to use, and
yeah,
the absolute skill that they've got is just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen... there's this YouTube like video documentary series about the origins of the Smash Brothers Melee professional scene on the GameCube.
Okay.
Back when Smash really like took off as like a professional fighting game, and it like showcased a lot of the Melee professionals, like up and coming, like. There was like the guy who was like considered the number one for the long time, and he only ever played I think it was Pikachu or Kirby or something. And then this new guy came up, and his name was Mewtwo King, and he was like a Mewtwo god who was so good with Mewtwo. And then it's been going for a long time, and it's showcased like the transition from Melee to Brawl back to Melee, because Brawl wasn't really a good competitive game. It was much more designed as a party game. And then with the introduction of Ultimate, like how it's much more geared back towards professional. Like Ultimate is now probably the best, because obviously the Switch is the most powerful engine. Like it's got the best graphics, it's got the best like control system, and you can use GameCube controllers with the Switch. So it's like the best well-rounded thing. But like I follow a lot of professional like Melee players, or like professional Smash players on Twitter and stuff, and they all talk about how like Ultimate is not as good as Melee for competitive, but it's the best game to play because Melee still has its own problems with like the hardware was limited and whatever. So like anyway, this YouTube series, it's really good. Like it showcases a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff of like how setting up like a new game in a professional setting, like setting it up, what goes into all of that, and it's a lot of stuff that like goes into making a new, or like prepping a new game for a professional scene, because like gaming, like professional gaming has, you know, it's been around for a long time, but only in the last, I'd say, like 5 to 10 years has it really been like a mainstay in the collective consciousness of people. Like 20 years ago when Melee came out, or 20 plus years ago when it came out, like it was still very much a new thing for games to be a professional thing. Like I think Counter-Strike existed as a professional game back then, but that was like the only one. Maybe I think it was I think there were like that's a very small handful. I think it was like Counter-Strike. I think in the mid-2000s, Call of Duty 4 came along, and Halo... I think Halo 2 was the first of those, like, shooters to, like, really blow up as a competitive thing, right?
Yeah, but nowadays, with all these conventions and competitions...
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't think
fucking
20 years
everything
ago,
is professional now, right? You can make a professional,
Yeah.
like, scene out of anything. Like, I mean, every BR...
Yeah, 20 years ago, you would have been... If you pitched the idea of having... a massive tournament like televised and streamed, you'd be laughed out the door.
Exactly.
Whereas now it's a real growing and thriving business.
Yeah, I mean, esports is massively lucrative now, but 20 years ago it was almost non-existent.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know a guy who's made a career out of it. Like he's what's it called? Is it casting?
yeah,
I think he's casted a bunch of, I think it was CS:GO games, and he's really built a professional career out of it.
yeah. It's I watch a lot of League esports, obviously. So you get the on-air talent, like the on-air casters and the analysts and whatever, and they are really well known within the esports community because they are part of the biggest game, right? And they're the on-air talent for the biggest game, so they're well known within the community, and they're all great at what they do. They're all fantastic, but you kind of dive a bit deeper, past the really popular stuff, and there are so many people who do casting and who do analysis, and it's such a massive thing now. Whereas there was back when I first started watching esports, which was, I want to say 2007, 2008. It was Halo 3. There was maybe 2 casters who cast every single game. Smash, Halo, COD, CS, all of that. And there was literally these 2 guys and a host who did fucking everything. And then a lot of people jumped on that afterwards, but I think
it's still grown to be this massive market, but I still think it's niche enough that analysts and casters are still very, very thin and spread across the entire industry, I think. Although I could be wrong, I'm willing to be wrong, but I still think it's niche enough that anyone could fill it, really. Any new person coming in would have an easier time getting into this massive new industry.
Sorry, I keep yawning, I apologise. But yeah, it's wild to me that the trajectory the video games have taken over the last even 5 years. If you think 3 years ago when Fortnite came out, it took the concept of BRs, which was probably, I'd say, made popular by PUBG first, but then Fortnite took it and kind of took it to its highest height that it's ever been. And you've got Apex's, Warzones, and all of this stuff, right? And
it made it accessible.
Yeah, it did. It made it accessible, and it brought it to the collective mass, right? The masses of gamers is okay, here's this free game that can. It just changed. It changed how people It was one of those groundbreaking games where it took it to that next level, and I think what everyone is always looking for is that game that will take things to the next level. And I think in terms of BR, Fortnite definitely did that, and people have been trying to not necessarily emulate that, but they've been trying to capitalize on that. And Warzone is really good, and it's a well-rounded BR. It's a bit samey for me because I play a lot of BRs now, but this is what I'm liking about Apex, is that it adds something a bit different. It's a little bit more sort of futuristic. I think it's got a Halo feel to it almost in a way.
It's by the same people that made Titanfall.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that it brings over from that. A lot of the weapons are exactly the same.
Okay. I've never played Titanfall. Never played Titanfall.
Oh, it was super fun. It was stupid, good old video game concept of you plus your big robot partner fighting against other people and their robot partners.
That's cool. That's real cool.
But yeah, it was a really, really, really cool concept. And yeah, if you like get a copy, I highly recommend playing it. Like, there's 2 games in the series. The second one has a campaign, which is really, really good actually.
Okay.
But yeah, if you find a copy, grab it. Or if Respawn or Epic, whoever made it, like, release it for free, because please release it for free, because there's nothing else to do in this quarantine. Yeah.
I will challenge that slightly. I have downloaded The Witcher 3. Finally gonna get to play that game.
Oh yeah. I need to as well still.
Yeah. I've heard that it is a fantastic game. So I'm quite looking forward to playing it. I also have Breath of the Wild to finish, which I'm finally playing.
Yeah, you're loving that at the minute.
Yeah, that game is so good. Like, it's so good. Frustrating, though, when things don't go your way. But it is still a good game.
Yeah.
But it's the best.
It's a good game that, like, challenges you. Like, a good game shouldn't, like, just be a walk in the park. You should have to, like, challenge yourself for it.
Yeah. The other big game, of course, coming out quite soon is the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which comes out on April 10th. Lots of hype behind that. I don't know if you got to try the demo about a week ago. It came out.
No, I haven't tried it.
It feels really good. Like, it feels like they've done a lot of good stuff with it, and they've kept it true to the original story, which I am very pleased with. Very much looking forward to the final set. But I mean, we've spoken about that in previous episodes, where, like, it's not new that I am excited for a Final Fantasy game, because I always am. But yeah, that's obviously, so that's probably the next quote unquote big release for video games, I think.
Yeah, isn't there something coming out on April 4th, or am I thinking of, or is that a TV thing that I'm thinking of?
Pass. I wouldn't know.
Oh, I can't think. I don't know.
Pass. Right. I am going to take a very quick break just to run to the loo. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so what else is there to talk about, Benj?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been trying to look at the news and anything on any kind of news-related forum that I've got,
Okay.
and there is pretty much one overriding topic.
Oh, really? Shocker.
Yeah.
I just don't want to make this episode like an entirely coronavirus like top thing. Although I get that it is like the only thing that's kind of happening right now.
And the only thing that will happen for the next, like, 3 weeks, at least. I don't know how long this is going to go on for.
Minimum 3 weeks.
Yeah. But how about, what have you been doing in your isolation? What have you been doing to, like, keep you, like, fit, motivated, sane, all of the above, productive?
Lots of video games, reading, sitting out in the sun has been nice in the afternoons. Texting pretty much everyone I know, making sure, not necessarily for me, but for them.
Yeah, it's important that other people are, like, supported.
I helped before we went into lockdown. I helped my mum set up my grandparents' isolation. They went into isolation before lockdown.
Yeah, similar. My grandparents have had to go into the 12-week. Is that it? 12-week isolation.
Yeah, same.
Yes, and they've had to set up the the meal delivery service things. Because 12 weeks is a long time, and, like, the vulnerable need all the support they can get.
Exactly. So yeah, they've done that. They've got like a thing set up so that when people like Facebook video call them, they can like pull it up on like a tablety thing that they have, and so pretty much everyone in the family has been like video calling them just to keep them sane. I've spoken to friends. I've been playing board games and card games with my housemates, because obviously we're all in the house together, trying not to step on each other's toes too much.
And you're all nerds as well.
Yeah.
I've seen your board game collection. It's huge.
Yeah. The problem is, a lot of the board games that we have are like multiplayer, like they're like designed as like party games, so not super fun for just 3 people. But, you know, we have things like Catan and stuff which we can play, so we have been doing that. And then, yeah, watching Disney Plus, playing video games, reading.
Yeah, that's the thing. I should get back
Hanging up.
into reading. I've got another book that I need to finish.
Have you even finished The Martian yet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, we spoke about this last week. Yeah, you finally finished it.
Yeah, 444 days.
Oh, grief. But what I've been doing to pass the time, I don't know, a lot of nothing. Like, it's not nothing. It's like a lot of like distracting myself from the fact that I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. What about you? What have you been doing?
Similar in routinely like keeping in touch with family, making sure everyone's okay.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of video games because I've seen this as like prime time to try and play through games that I've wanted to play, like story-rich games, like Horizon Zero Dawn.
I love that game so much.
It is getting so good. And then playing.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you told me about where you got up to.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so excited because there's a thing real soon that's gonna happen and it's gonna blow your fucking top off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun, like exploring that world. That's like.
Yeah.
It's like so natural, but not at the same time.
Yeah, I really might actually just replay it. You know.
Yeah, because you can see.
That game is so good.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn is like a retro-futuristic game in that our kind of civilization has like crumbled and everything's in ruin and like rusted away, and these machine animals have like taken the surface. Like imagine a deer but in robot form, or imagine a crocodile in robot form, and it's like there's a kind of prehistoric caveman kind of tribe like coexisting alongside them, and then like there's a storyline that develops with it. But looking at how these robot animals like act, and you can see that's trying to be a crocodile, that's trying to be a giraffe, that's trying to be a this, and it's really really cool looking at robot forms of like nature.
Have you come across a Thunderjaw yet?
No, not yet. I've just got into the next kind of biome, really, which is kind of like a savanna biome.
Yeah.
And I've seen these giant crocodiles, which they're fucking terrifying. But yeah, I've not gone too far in it. I've been trying to like level up, because a lot of these quests are like level locked to a degree. Like you've got to be like level 15, whereas I was trying to do it at level 8. So I've been trying to like catch up that way. But yeah, it's really fun and interesting, and like being in the environment and having these things move around, and they all sound robotic with their movement.
Yeah.
It's weird but really cool.
Yeah, that game is incredible. Just announced Burnout Paradise. You've played Burnout Paradise, right?
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah.
Remastered for the Switch later this year.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
I hope My favourite thing about that was the radio with the DJ presenter,
Yeah.
DJ Atomica, who
Yeah.
came from the. Did you ever play the SSX games, the snowboarding games?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he's from those, and
Yeah.
love it so much.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what a time to be alive. I probably shouldn't say that.
A time to be inside.
Yeah, that too. I wanted to talk about something just then, and I can't remember what it was. Mind Flayer moment. There it is. Hey.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, well, I don't remember, so we'll move on. Moving on to what I want to talk about. D&D. Let's talk about D&D for a minute.
Oh, yes, please. I am so desperate to play it, and now that
Yeah.
no one has got any work commitments, can we just please play D&D?
Yeah, so we're playing...
I am actually Will from Stranger Things. Can we just play D&D?
We will be playing D&D this weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day. I'm waiting on Chris to text me back. He's the only one who hasn't texted me.
Yeah, these dice need to roll.
Yeah, you need those clack clack math rocks to make
Yeah.
noise.
Although I've been doing that with Apex, which is fun.
True. I actually was playing some games earlier, just to try and level up, just to get some more points so I can unlock a new character. But you know, I was getting paired with like level 1s, like 1 to 10s. I was the best player on my team, which says a lot about where the skill level was.
Yeah.
It was an embarrassment. But yeah, D&D. So we will be resuming our campaign this weekend.
I don't think we've played since like the start of the year.
No, we haven't, which is like nearly 3 months.
Which is heresy. It's far too long.
Yeah. A lot of that is on me for not being a good DM and trying to get people to play, but it's also just like life has been real hectic.
Yeah.
But whatever, it doesn't matter. We're getting back into D&D.
Yeah, scheduling like 5 people is difficult anyway.
Exactly. I have an idea for a thing that I want to try and do. I don't know if I should talk about it or not, though, because I don't want to give away spoilers in case I do pull the trigger on it. So I won't talk about it now. But after this weekend, if I do pull the trigger on it, we'll talk about it next.
I'll figure out where we're at and have it just a slightly shorter episode. We can do it that way. That should be fun.
Yeah, we'll just have to do, because I mean my recording's scuffed and I don't know when or how that happened, but like it just stopped recording. I think it was when that it must have been when I had that whole like going completely silent thing. Like my computer must have just shit itself and stopped working, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening to episode 8. Episode's been a bit scuffed. We've had some audio issues. My computer also had a few issues. And also, you know, in the current climate, it doesn't sit right doing like a structured episode. It feels like it's more of a time to sort of sit and reflect on, you know, what we can and can't do, and just be mindful of what you can do and help where you can, and be considerate, be kind to each other. We won't get through this alone. We have to be there for each other to get through this, and make sure that you're looking after your people who are at high risk. Make sure you're checking in on them with the people who have whatever they need. Just make sure that you're there for them, and stay safe, follow the guidelines, and we'll get through it. Stop panicking, be sensible, and thank you for listening to this episode. If there's any anything that you guys would like us to talk about, or anything that you guys have to add, feel free to get in contact with us. This will go up on our socials when it gets posted. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to do something new. If you are listening to this and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, or maybe you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, maybe just tell one other person. Let's see if we can get the YouTube channel to 50 subscribers. We're currently at, I think it's about 22. Let's see if we can get it to 50. That's 25 extra people. If we can get to that, then, you know, maybe we can grow. Because we love doing the show. We don't ever want to stop doing it. It's so much fun. It's so rewarding. And let's see what we can do together. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for listening.
Let's see where we can take this.
Ben, do you want to add anything?
Reaffirm like everything that Luke said. Like, stay safe. Keep in contact with those who are vulnerable within your family, and like your friends who are self-isolating, and those that are vulnerable and isolating for like 12 weeks. Make sure that they're sane and they've got all they need and all the support they need. Offer it, and make sure everyone's happy and as comfortable as they can be within this like horrid time. But yeah, just look out for one another.
One last thing. If you are on the front lines, thank you for everything that you do, especially NHS workers. Like, there are not enough words in the world to thank you for what you are doing. And if you're working in the supermarkets and the essential areas, thank you for everything that you do.
Definitely.
And with that, we will see you next time. Have a good week, everyone. Try to stay sane, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.